Welcome back, you guys. My name is NELA. It is a pleasure to be here. Beautiful souls. Today we're going to be channeling messages from the waters. I have already prayed, meditated, and set intentions. And so if you choose to stay here, please just make sure to go into a place of reverence, opening the channels to receiving. Okay? I'll be working with the channels. May you be blessed. I speak blessings upon your life, your health, your wealth, your family, your loved ones, okay? And your finances. All right, my love. So, asking our beloved Mother Water for messages for the people who are going to listen and receive these messages. Okay. I'm hearing a song from Bob Marley. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. So there's an energy of lifting, being lifted. The energy of joy, uplift your spirit. Okay, and so I feel like for some of you, if you are feeling a little wonky, music. Okay, music will help you or support you with shifting your energy, your vibration. Okay, this song is really about the power of our words, our intentions, right? The powers of our creativity, our authenticity. When you think about Bob Marley and his energy and his message, is about freedom, liberation, sovereignty. You know, fight for what you value, what matters to you, what is important. Okay. So it's, yes, like stand up for yourself, okay? Choose love over fear. Choose courage. There's a lot of illumination coming forward, okay? And so if some of you have been going through a period of feeling lost, confused, there's isolation, there's like doesn't matter what I try to do, I just feel like nothing is working. Spirit, Mother Water is saying illumination is coming in. Okay. And now it's very important to stay receptive to the illumination. When we're talking about illumination, sun energy, we're talking about exposure. Okay. What is it that you need to see? What is an illusion? What is a fact? It's about grounding and spirituality. It is about light and shadow, right? The complexity of not just our human experience, but it's about our complexity of us humans, okay? And so when we're working with the energy, the alchemy of the sun, there's a lot of illumination and realizations, aha moments, or even situations that come into our awareness. Okay, oh, I see it now. So that is sun energy, right? And so, like I said, it is very important to stay open, to stay receptive to what comes your way. All right. I do here expect things to progress. Okay. We are uplifting you. And so I feel like the hand of mercy of our divine creator is coming in to like, help us move forward. Okay. So we call this the energy of faith, of mercy, of compassion, of understanding of our creator. Okay. I see that some of you have been feeling conflicted. There's conflict about a relationship, a particular person or people, okay? But there's that energy of feeling conflicted, right? I feel there is doubt. I feel that there's a lot of uncertainty or not known. I feel like my feminine is like I'm trying to navigate this, but there is discomfort, okay? Mother Water is saying it's important to approach any situation with the eyes of love and witnessing, because there is a lesson about our judgment. Okay, so it's very easy for us as humans to become very rigid and fanatics of our own truths, our own expectations, our own views. So there's a lot about sitting with the judge within us, who's always, doing the thing. And so the Divine Mother is saying, meet every person and situation from a place to where you're witnessing yourself. And then acknowledge what is it that you dislike, what is it that you like. Once again, one thing is to be someone overly critical, one thing is to judge, right? It's like I have to make a judgment call, right? If I dislike something, okay, what is the reason? So there's work related to us really approaching life from a different place, from a place of, okay, what is this person showing me maybe about myself that I might be in denial, right? Of what is this situation triggering within me? Why do I feel this body reaction? Why do I feel like running away, or just like, once again, the internal dialogue where sometimes we're just looking for the negative about people, right? And so, yeah, because I'm hearing Virgo energy, and so we want to embrace more love, more compassion, more understanding. So Spirit is saying this is more about us learning about ourselves and embracing the Gemini, the duality of life and existence. We do not want to fall in extremes. And then illumination is also exposing, or will expose, the shadows, our own shadows. Okay. So we are working through clearing rigidity, having a judgment that comes from the inner critic, instead of the voice of compassion and understanding, right? So, yeah, I feel like this Cancer energy, because we do have a lot of planets in Cancer. There's an invitation to really see ourselves in the others. So how can you see the other with the eyes of love and understanding, right? Because if I know pain, if I know suffering, if I know how difficult sometimes it's for me to do A, B, C, D, or to overcome something, but then creators send you someone who's struggling, it's very easy to just be like, well, we do those things as humans. And I feel like there's a lot of nurturing, practicing compassion, practicing virtue. This energy feels like, okay, let's embody unconditional love, let's embody spiritual understanding, let's embody what is to really witness the other without having to make the thing to where, oh, I'm more and you're less, and that kind of thing that the ego does. So there's some kind of correction coming in from the waters, and our mother is helping us soften. All right, and this is happening because we're meant to open our heart chakra. So, yeah, this energy of Gemini is helping us bring correction and understand ourselves even more, because at the end of the day, it is through life and life circumstances and meeting people in situations that we get to learn more about who we are and where is it that we stand when we're talking about what is to embody spirituality, right? Real spirituality. I do see the energy of number 5. So, yeah, this is about uncomfortable situations, unexpected changes. I'm seeing the card of the Tower. So, reviewing our foundations. What are the foundations of your life? What are your values? What are your priorities? Ways of seeing things, your perception and your perspective. How do you feel about learning new things? How do you feel about your communication style? Um, And I'm hearing disappointment, okay? Healing from disappointment, okay? Some people might be experiencing, it's like bouncing. It's a lots of up and downs where there is like self-doubt and then mistrust, or there is, a little bit of self-pity. I want to say self-pity too. And so once again, it's very easy to reject talking about these things. um, I have come into the realization that the part I play when it comes to channeling and doing readings is a lot about the real work, the depth, right? I bring that scorpionic energy. I do bring that duality of Gemini into what I offer to people, because that's it, without going there, there's no real change. And so I felt very guided to say that. You know what I mean? And I know that you can feel what I'm saying. It's very easy to just not wanting to look at the root of situations, because most of the time it's going to feel very uncomfortable. And I feel like this is where we at. This is where we at. And there's a lot of Cancerian energy coming in, and it's not comfortable. We are about we, to go into the depths, okay, of our waters, and to meet our mother. And this is the only way to like really change and heal. Okay, we have to meet the mother. Okay, so we are meant to merge into our waters, to be nurtured, to be received, so this can be illumination. Okay, all right, cool. Thank you, you guys. Yeah, there's some people struggling with their mind, and there might be some moments of feeling despair. Here it is. The Five of Swords with defeat. It's the mind, the tricks of the mind. This is where we at. How do you feel about your state of mind? And have you accept the fact that sometimes life is going to take you into places and situations that are going and are meant to trigger what has been suppressed for generations, because what you're doing is ancestral healing. This is also about overcoming fear of learning new things, of opening ourselves up to new ideas, to new perspectives, to new ways of seeing things. We as humans, the programming is so deep, right? We have made to believe that life is linear, that things are fixed, that we have so much control over everything. And here we are now breaking through the illusions, right? So this Five of Swords is coming in because we are meant to really become the witness of our minds, belief systems, your perceptions and perspective, the narratives you have been giving life. So unpack everything. However, do it from a place of, oh my goodness, let me see what is it that it might be running on automatic from my unconscious, okay, that keeps triggering these intense emotions or feelings of I'm not good enough, feeling powerless, wanting to escape, run away, or even just moments to where we feel like I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? So yes, okay. It's healing Venus. Put my glasses for a minute here. Where are my glasses? I'm just looking at the colors. This all this green. This is like the sacral. That's the sacral. Yeah, Venus in Libra. Our relationship with life, our relationship with our finances, our relationship with other people, our relationship with the material world. So this Five of Swords is meant to trigger any self-imposed and self-limiting belief. Anything that might be taking you away from truly self-actualizing and becoming the change you desire to see in the world and experience. Okay? We have the Ace of Disc. So we have masculine energy now. Right? When we're dealing with the Ace, this is a promise for the new. You do have what it takes. However, we have to get in alignment. We have to create the safety, the structure, right? We have to practice the discipline, the commitment in order to move forward this Ace into receiving. So there's a promise for a new way of living, existing, doing things. However, Venus in Libra is going to say, what is your relationship with life, with yourself? What's your relationship with the Creator? From what perspective are you judging life? What is the narrative? What is a fact? What is an illusion? What is the programming telling you? How is that influencing you? What are you believing? Is that true? Is that spirituality being grounded? Or am I just following information? Or what is it, right? There's also an aspect to revelations. What is being revealed to you about what needs to be processed, integrated, follow truth? How is Venus right now? And now Venus is your self-worth, your self-value, beauty, your capacity to receiving, right? Some people, and I'm going to say this because I have witnessed people who come to me and they speak about, oh no, I'm in receiving mode. But they believe the receiving mode is just sitting and I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting to receive. Sometimes, well, it can be that way, right? Once again, we don't want to go to extremes. Sometimes Venus is going to offer you something that is going to challenge your mindset, your beliefs, your insecurities, the story you tell yourself. You are meant to meet Venus and then in order to receive, right? So what is being offered to you right now that it requires for you a shift in your perception, your perspective, in the way of seeing things, how you analyze life, right? How is that affecting you? How are those beliefs affecting you? Because once again, Venus is offering you something. And sometimes it's about taking action, moving towards and forward. And here comes Saturn in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is about, I'm going into the depths of things, right? Sagittarius is truth seeking. Let me find the truth of this. Let me investigate. Let me get more information, okay? So Gemini is like, I think, critical thinking, right? Sagittarius is going to go and freaking investigate things. And it's going to come with, okay, well, here it is, right? And so what aspect of your life needs support? How are you showing up in your day-to-day life? How do you feel about your beliefs? And what needs to be shifted? There might be something right now that you're not seeing correctly. There might be something that you must reevaluate with the energy of Venus in Libra. Okay? And here comes the Tower. This is about our foundations. That's Mars and Uranus coming in to bring unexpected changes. Your foundations, the foundations of your mind, of your beliefs, the foundations of your emotions, everything needs to be reevaluated because you cannot build with foundations, right, that are coming from illusions or sand. Is destined to crumble in front of your face. This energy, what I'm talking about, is like the people who have blockages in the sacral. They go after things, they get things, and then here comes disappointment again. They lose it. So it's like, why did I have this? That? Well, you have to ask yourself, what were the things that you didn't want to face, or you were not aware of, or what were the things that you were ignorant about, even, or the things that I don't want to see, because sometimes we don't want to face the things we know. Most of the time, we know what is it that we have to do, but we just consciously or unconsciously, or because we're choosing, don't want to. We don't want it. The same resistance you are putting to hold the tower in place is just going to come down and meet you. Doesn't matter what, because the tower is divine intervention. And so this is where we at. All right? Okay, cool. We're going to use a different deck. We're going to use this other one. It's an oracle deck to gain more information, okay? We have karmic return with every action, every silence, every intention. It is all recorded in energy, and energy always seek balance. That's what I was talking about, right? Next one, we have a scarcity wound. Scarcity isn't just material. It shows up in how you love, how you trust, how you receive. Are you brave enough to believe there could be more? Confirmation. Double trauma. You're both hurting, but hurt people don't always heal each other. Sometimes they just pass the wound back and forth. And so looking from any situation where there is like I'm blaming the other person, or to where our ego takes us into the, like I spoke before, the projection, the judgment, right? We have avoiding pain. You have been sedating your soul with distractions and denial, but deep healing demands presence. Do not escape. And last one, love is real. Love is not a myth. Your heartbreak just made it easier to spot what isn't. Don't let past wounds rewrite the truth. So this is where we are, you guys, No judgment here. I'm still moving through it too. Everybody is. Anybody to be claiming they're enlightened, well, that's just huge spiritual ego. We can look upon the stars and see what is really happening, what is it that the celestials are triggering within our lives. This is, we cannot bypass. Everybody is having to go through something. And so I want to say, my heart goes to you. Let's keep it real. Let's face what needs to be faced. Do your work. Focus on your own life. Embrace the complexity of your humanness and the complexity of life. Set clear intentions. Set time during your day to connect with our Divine Mother, to go into the depths of your waters, to bring truth and to be nourished. We are going through very, very, pivotal times. And the only way forward is by facing, the towers that are going to be presented in our lives. Like I said, there's no escaping. All right. Well, you guys, may you be blessed on your journey. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being people who do care about the real changes. I know the kind of people I attract. The people I attract are real for real. Spiritual warriors, because to sit with this discomfort and to transmute pain and to sit with, even listening to a person who's doing a reading that is not saying you're going to win the lottery, everything is going to it really does. It is showing that you are seeking. So for that, I honor you. Thank you, you guys.